Alright, so let's have a look at this car that's just shown up. So there it is. Alright, we're driving the Solstice in the rearview mirror. I got that big truck, and we're gonna check this out. There it is. Let's have a look at this car. I feel as though I should give some backstory on this car, so here you are. Back in 2019, this car was featured on barnfinds.com and was purchased by someone in central New Jersey. The same person, in fact, who owned my 1974 MG Midget. This is where a certain car dealer steps into the picture. Let's call him Guido. Now, Guido purchased this 1948 Packard and my 1974 MG from this guy. And I went to Guido and I bought the MG, but I had only shown interest in this Packard. Now, Guido had the Packard for 1.5 years on his car lot. I think he wanted about $5,000 for it, but he wasn't selling it. Turn to July of 2022, my cousin bought the car. Let's call him Chum Chum. He bought the car and decided that it needed to stay up here so I can do the braking system and various little things on the car, which I did. And in December of 2022, it was shipped down to Miami, Florida, and that's where it's been for the past 10 months until he decided to ship it back up here in October of 2023. And now we have the car here, and let's take a look at it. Well, here's the car. 1948 Packard Super 8 long wheelbase sedan. And on first glance, it looks okay, but when you start getting into it, you see there's a Watt Racing Development sticker. Not sure why. The antenna that was there originally is now gone, so that's always fun. There appears to be insulation just hanging out of the door. If we move along the side, this is completely cracked up now. And I believe, from when I was looking at it under the truck, yes, look at this. That appears to be electrical, like you would wire with an outlet wires that he shoved underneath for some reason. You look around the back, we see massive damage, actually. So it appears that it got hit in the back and shoved up into the bodywork. Look at this. It was ripped up. Look at this here. Look at this piece of the bumper. Completely ripped up into the back, which means the trunk no longer latches. That doesn't matter anyway because it's completely rotted out. Look at how much garbage there is in the trunk here. This is absolutely ridiculous. Of course, there's your fuel can. Nearly empty. I'm actually used to that kind of thing. I've got the same setup in the Midget over here. So I'm very used to that. What do we got? This is a sealed box from, I believe that the Packard, what is it, the place down in Boonton. Look at this. Look at this bumper, how twisted and mangled that is now. That is bizarre. Well, let's take a look down this side. We can see this window is now smashed, is the best way to describe this. Cracked or smashed, when it wasn't before. So that's that. Going down we're missing our wheel cover, and our tire's flat and off the bead, and it looks like it's been that way for quite a long time. It also appears that it is covered in feces, which is another nice touch. And I've just noticed the quarter window is also broken. The driver's side window itself was broken when it was here. That got broken the first day. But I believe that it's actually more broken now, which I didn't think you could do that. Anyway, look at this door panel. That was somewhat nice last year. Now look at it. The front seat's in about the same condition, although it is filled with garbage. Look at this. Checkers, fries, and this is full. Okay, he sure liked his Arizona tea. I'll give it that. We're missing the tumbler for the key, and we have this mess on the steering column, which appears to be a circuit breaker and a start button that gives you that electrocutes you when you try to touch it. Let's see if the car starts. That still feels okay. Look at this, we have no oil pressure! Yay! I'm gonna shut that off, like, now. There's no oil pressure, apparently. Either the gauge is broken or there's actually no oil pressure. And the thermometer is pinned on H, which is another good thing. It seems to have less miles on it now than when I got rid of it, because that odometer actually rolls backwards. Glove box. Anything in the glove box? What is this? What are these? I have no clue what these are. I don't know why they're in here. Anyway, oh, we got all these parking permits. Look at the parking permits. Packard, Packard, Packard. Black Packard, Black Packard. Lots of parking permits. Crazy. Let's take a look in the back. So, the jump seats still appear to be in okay condition, I'll give it that. But the headliner is exactly the same. But the seat itself, this was nice. And now it's not nice. This seat is kind of ruined now, which is a shame. I'll take you into the other side, because that was a really nice pattern on the seat, and now it's ruined. I mean, look at this. Look at this seat. Ruined. So that's crazy. Let's take a look under the hood now. See if that's changed at all. So, wow, this looks like I got at it, but much, much worse. So there are random wires running all over the place under here. There's a ground wire, or I guess this would be a positive wire since it's positive ground, that's just been chopped off, which is always fun. Look at this. This is kind of a mess now. What is this? This is the new fuel line, I'm going to assume. Yes. That somehow runs under the car and around to the back where that boat tank is. Overall, it doesn't actually look that bad, but this wasn't done very well. And I can see that the fuel line is tied to this metal bracket for the air cleaner, which means he hasn't been running an air cleaner on this thing. And it also means that the fuel line could get chafed because of how it's tied on there with no protection. And it's tied on with a wire, by the way. Couldn't use a piece of string. This is not too grand, but it's still covered in egg. This is egg. Look at this. Egg. That's egg there from last year. So yeah, this is the Packard after 1 year in Miami. This is what it looks like. I wouldn't say that's too good. Don't send your cars to Charmy. That's a bad idea.